Hello everyone, this is Kalpana from Invent Model. Me and my team member are going to explain about today's topic, which is today we have a two kind of topic. We have like how we create a pick list and dependent pick list and what is field group and how it can be created. So today we have an agenda. Now we going for the explanation that. So first we have how we create pick list and dependent pick list. So for creating a pick list and dependent pick list in Business 360, first we know about the pick list, like what is pick list. A pick list is a predefined list of values that users can select from a business entity. Like it is a predefined values, or we can say drop-down values that user can select from the business entity. A dependent pick list is a pick list where the values are dependent on the selection of another pick list. We can say as a parent pick list. For example, a state is a pick list and it can depend on a country pick list. So dependent pick list is a pick list which dependent to the another pick list, which we can say as a parent pick list. So here state is the pick list and which depend on the country pick list. So state is the dependent pick list and country is the pick list. So now we move forward how we create for creating a pick list. First we create the reference data for the pick list values. So how we create the reference data before here you can see as well before creating a pick list we need to define the reference data that will provide the list of the values. So first we define the reference data. There are some steps like creating a country code list in Business 360 console. Go to reference data, click on the new. Here we have an option for new, and then we go to the reference data. After that, we provide display name like I create by the name of country. And after that, define the values for the country code list like USA, India, and Canada. We can give any other country name as well. Now click on the save for the save the that portion. After that, next step is create a state code list with the country as a parent because country is the pick list and state is the dependent pick list. So we goes there. Again, we go to the reference data for the state. Like here, we also seen that we have a parent reference data, which is country and which is here state is the dependent. Here we can also see that it is a dependent pick list. So for the state is the dependent pick list and country is the pick list. So we will click on the new to the reference data, provide the display name as a state and select the dependent parent reference data as country. And then define the values code list linking them to the respective countries. Like here some example as well, like USA, we can have a state California, Texas, New York. For India, like Maharashtra, Delhi, Karnataka. For Canada, Ontario, Quebec, and British Columbia. We can give the example like that as I shown here. And now click on the save. After the saving, now next step is that we have to pick the add the pick list to the business entity. So for that, open the business entity from the explore page. After that, in the field panel, we will expand the basic field section. In that section, we have to double click on the pick list field to add it in the canvas. These are the simple steps. After that, I made the pick list by the name of by the display name as country and internal ID as country pick list. After that, we have to select the reference data asset. So click on the asset picker. After that, in the select reference data, in the dialog box, choose the country as a code list. Then we select, click on the select. Then change, save the changes as we do in that portion. And that picture, we can also see as a in that section we have a pick list, we have a dependent pick list, we have a field groups. So these are the pick list and these are the dependent pick list. So as I say in the earlier slide, like a country is the pick list and state is the dependent pick list as shown here. In the next section, first we have to enable the status. After that, we put the display name, internal ID as we want, and description as if we need to write the description, then we can write. After that, we have to write the reference data. Like this is the reference data RDM This is the reference data, and it's a required field for creating a pick list. Now we go to the next slide. For the step 3, we have that add the pick list to the business entity dependent. Earlier we add the pick list only. Now we add the dependent pick list. So for the dependent pick list, in the field panel, expand the smart field section, then double click on the dependent pick list field to add it to the canvas. After that, give the display name and state, and enter ID as a state pick list. After that, go to the select the reference data asset, click on the asset picker and the select section, select reference data dialog box, choose the state as a code list, and now click on the select. In the parent pick list, drop down the select where country we have the parent pick list. As we shown here, earlier on the earlier slide, we shown the pick list. Now we shown the dependent pick list. State is the dependent pick list. For that, for like country is the pick list and state is the dependent pick list. After that, we move here. Like stated, we have to enable first. We have to enable the status. After that, give the display name as a state because it is a dependent pick list. Internal ID as a X state description as well, and reference data we have. And here we more the one more option which is parent pick list. Here we give the name as country, and if we do the drop down in that, so we find the names we have in the parent pick list. So this is the steps for creating a dependent pick list and pick list. Now we move to the other question, which is what is group field group and how it can be created. So now I would like to call Sachin, who will explain these topics.
Thank you, Kalpana. So, what is field group and how it can be created? Like field group. Field group suggested as a group of the field. Now, Kalpana, can you move to the next slide? Yes. A field group in Informatica SaaS MDM is a logical grouping of multiple related fields that help in organizing and storing structured data within a business entity. It means like field group. So it will store a logical grouping of multiple related fields. So field, what is field? Field like a attribute of a entity, of a business entity. Okay, so it means in a record there are multiple fields. So we are just taking a one field, and that is referring as a field. But in the field group, we are taking a multiple related field. So that helping organization to store and we can store as a structured data. A field group allow you to store multiple record for an entity, like a simple entity, a single entity. For single entity, we can create a field group, and in that field group, we can create a multiple field. We can store a multiple field. Okay, and making it easier to manage complex relationship with business data. So what it will do, it will manage our complex relationship, like relationship. What kind of relationship we can have? Like we have a address. So the chances of the same person have the different address, like their permanent address are the different and the temporary address are different. So there must be a chances that address line 1, address line 2. So it is so in a relationship between addresses, so we can store our addresses in the field group. By using the field group, we can store multiple address at in a same field. Okay. So for example, in a customer type, like it's a primary, it's a secondary, and the uh, uh, we can store as a address line 1, address line 2, address line 3, and we can also add some first we have to open the business entity, and in that business entity we can select the in the attributes section we can select the field group. Okay, and we can double click on that, and we can simply drag and drop into the canvas. Okay, Kalpana, can you move to the next slide? Specify the field group name. So first we specify the name of that field group, like it is a address or address or another name where we can also write here like whatever relationship we want to show. So we can just write that name for that field group. And for internal ID, we can also write some internal ID, and it is automatically generated by the system. And step three, like we can add the field to the field group. So how we can add the field into the field group? We can simply click on the down arrow and it will expand our field group. And in that field group, we can simply add different field. Like we can take a address type field like primary or secondary. We can take a field for that, and another fields we can also take for the address line 1, address line 2, address line 3. So these are the some text field. And the another things like the city, state, country, zip code, we can also take field for these. Like we can also take the text field or list field. It is according to our requirements. So we can make the field group by by storing that fields into that address. Okay, so the next slide. Yeah. So in that picture, we can see that we have the address detail field group, and in that we have a multiple field. Like first one is the address line one field, city field, your country field. So we can take from this picture, we can simply understand that we can take multiple field in that single field group. Okay, and we can define the values in that address line one at city or country whenever we want to create the data. Okay, so in that address line one text, we can in the general tab we can provide the name of that field, like the display name, internal ID, and we can do some data quality also. We can do searchable. We can also make that field as a searchable, and we can do multiple things here. Okay, so the field group will be storing the multiple field, and we can understand in the next picture. Can Kalpana, can you move to the next slide? Yes. So in that picture, after defining that field group, we are getting our field group as like this that we can see in the picture. That we have an address type. We can choose that it's a primary address, it's a secondary address, or we can use that. We can also give the usage type. We can give the address status. We can give the address line one. So these are the some fields that are stored in a single field, that is the address detail. That is the address. Okay. So as I write that the address has attributes like the address type such as primary or secondary, address line one, address line two, and address line three. So these are some of the fields that are stored in that field group. Okay. So the next slide, please. Yeah. Thank you guys for listening me. Yeah, I concluded all my points.
Thank you, Sachin, for the good explanation.